Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Teatime Thoughts, the channel where we discuss thoughts and drink tea. Hey, Thoughtfuls, I'm back. And I am, at least for now, back on the wedding shaming train for a little while, because that tends to be doing quite well. I do promise I'm going to be branching out. I have some wonderful choosing beggar content coming up after today. But for now, I did find some stuff that I'd archived on this external hard drive, and I was looking through it today because I was kind of just cleaning up my stuff, and I was like, oh my god, how have I not reacted to this? So we're going to react to this. We're going to react to it together. Let's jump right in, shall we? This is from group member. My wedding is coming up and I'm planning it all out. My best friend has been so excited to help me plan everything. Oh, it's so nice. And has even offered to help me pay for some things, which is really sweet because neither me or my fiance's families are really helping. Because of her excitement and everything else, I don't have the heart to tell her that I don't want her as a bridesmaid, or even to come up with a reason that doesn't hurt her feelings. OP, what are you doing? What are you doing, OP? Something's going on. I'm gonna find it out at 60 frames per second. The dresses I want wouldn't look good on her body type. Did I read that right? I think so. I think I read that right. Oh, the dresses I want wouldn't look good on her body type. They're sleeveless. She has bigger arms with stretch marks and doesn't really have a figure. She's always been awkwardly shaped. Even looking at our prom pictures, she ruined some of the photos where we would all look really nice and she just didn't look as good as us. Bruh. Stop it. I need a slap. She ruined your prom photos by being a part of them. I'm trying to figure out a way to tell her that she can't be a bridesmaid, but I don't know what to say that she doesn't take it offensive, or if I should make up a position for her that day, so that when it's time for photos, at least I can separately do them. I dreamed of this day since I was a little girl. Don't tell me I'm being shallow. My wedding should be perfection right down to the bridesmaids and groomsmen. I'm just going to tell you right now, you've lost sight of why you're getting married. You've lost sight of the purpose of your wedding, and you're the worst friend I've ever heard of. I actually think you should tell her. You should send her a copy of this post, word for word, so that she knows exactly why she's not being invited to be a bridesmaid. Because I think that would be you doing the most good that you can do. Because that way, this precious girl can remove herself from the toxicity of your friendship. You owe her this post right here. You owe it to her. You owe it to her to let her know what kind of a you are. You owe her that. That's how you can do this right. You'll never see her again. You don't deserve to see her again. I know to some of you, weddings, notice the apostrophe, aren't a big deal. Even as a kid, I used to try on my mom's wedding dress and picture the day I would get married. It's my day. I shouldn't even have to give this much thought to someone else's feelings. Well, you should if you want to keep them as a friend in the future, OP, but just let me tell you right now, this should not be difficult because you do not deserve this person as a friend. You do not deserve this person in your life, and this person deserves better than you. Next idiot. Am I the butthole for showing up at my ex's wedding in a pretty dress? I mean, you're supposed to dress up for a wedding, usually, not always, but let's see what happens. My ex and I had a peaceful divorce, and we co-parent our 3 children together, and there haven't really been many issues. My ex is getting married to Stephanie. I like Stephanie. She's been great with my kids and makes my ex happy. I love this. This is exactly how co-parenting situations should work. It takes a village to raise a child. So if you're divorced, that is an opportunity to grow that village. Love it. My ex invited me to their wedding, and I was happy for him. It was my day with the kids, so it made sense for me to come. Was his reasoning. Yeah, that's lovely. I think that's beautiful. I love this family dynamic so far. When I arrived at the wedding, Stephanie thanked me for dropping the kids off, but then brushed me off. We'd never had any issues before. I explained that I was going to stay for the reception, and she was very upset. I was confused because I assumed she knew I would be in attendance. Yeah, this kind of sounds like a groom problem, not gonna lie. Sounds like the groom didn't communicate between the ex and the current. It turned out she didn't consider that I would actually accept the invitation. Ooh. If you send an invitation to somebody, then they may or may not show up. So I told her that I was invited, right? And since I took the 2-hour drive, I would be staying for the entire duration. She didn't like this response. Stephanie asked me to leave, but I stood my ground. I mean, if someone asks you to leave their party, The socially acceptable thing to do is to leave. But I get why you're upset. She went on to complain about my dress upstaging hers. Oh, okay, this story just changed. I think I know what's coming. My ex and former mother-in-law helped her calm down, and the wedding shortly began. I thought this was the end of it, but later, in private, Stephanie accused me of trying to ruin her special day. She is convinced that I wanted to show off and make the wedding about my divorce. This is the weirdest, most meta sentence I've ever. And the sad thing is, I totally understood the sentence. She said it was rude for me not to leave after the bride requested it, because it was her special day. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence on this. I told her I am not responsible for her insecurities, and once again reminded her that I have no interest in stealing my ex back. Good. Edit. The dress is posted on my page, and since this is a throwaway, I don't remember the random password I typed up. I want to see this dress. I will also be active on Closure Seeking X2. If your ex is getting married and you still don't feel like you have closure, there are some red flags here, but let's keep going. This is the dress she wore. She was the butthole. Do we have a picture? No. That's the dress you wore, you colossal idiot. Are you serious? This is the dress you wore. This right here, this is the dress you wore. This, and look, it comes in so many colors. Hold on. So it comes in red. Look at the other colors it comes in though. We have white, and then another white. What do you guys want to bet? She ordered it in white. She wore it in white. And when I click the link and go to Amazon, this just happens to be the first color that shows up on the Amazon post. I bet you she did not wear that dress in red. And even if she did, it's so inappropriate. Maybe a bridesmaid. Maybe. You're an invited guest. Yes, a guest that wasn't expected to show up. I absolutely think that is ridiculous. But if you didn't have a problem with Stephanie before her wedding, you're gonna have a problem with her now. Why would you do this if you were getting along? You were all getting along. You had one job, to keep getting along, to deliver the children to the wedding and to continue getting along. And instead, you show up in this giant social fart of a dress. Oh my God. I'm going down here for a while. No. Butthole. Bridezilla won't apologize to mother-in-law after an honest mistake. Let's see what happens here. Because look, I was on OP's side in the last post and she bamboozled me. Am I the butthole for not calling mother-in-law to apologize after reviewing the security footage? I'm gonna guess this is one of those like Ring doorbell things or something. I'm hoping, because right now it's given kind of fisticuffs. I'm currently planning a wedding with my incredible fiance, Ryan. Ryan's mom, Kate, does not approve, to say the least. She's been pretty rude to me over the years. I know she does not like me. It's unfortunately happens. I've been very lucky with moms. I've never had a problem with any of my partner's moms. Well, yeah, I did, but I was like 20. And had no plan of marrying him. But otherwise, I've been pretty good with them. But I do understand this is actually kind of common. Ryan has lowered contact due to this, but I do suck it up sometimes because she is his mom. We decided to invite her for a brief visit, as it is the holiday season. After all, so many bad things happen over Christmas. This is like the most volatile time to involve anybody you're not getting along with in your life. We're in the midst of wedding planning right now, and we have wedding stuff all over. And the latest addition is this gorgeous sculpture made of white and pink roses of Cinderella's carriage. Wedding is having a slight princess theme, which Kate claims is cheesy. Not gonna judge OP over her choice of wedding theme or whatever. But sweetheart, if you have a massive Cinderella carriage sculpted from literal roses, you can't then turn around and say, wedding is having a slight princess theme. No, sweetheart, it's having an overt, over-the-top, rivaling Disney World level of detail princess theme. Wow. I'm not going to judge you. I would never do that, but some people love that, and that's awesome too. That doesn't make you a bridezilla, but the fact that you've equated having a massive floral sculpture of Cinderella's coach with a slight princess theme, this is giving hardcore princess theme. Ryan and I went out to run some errands and left Kate home. She said she would cook dinner. Nice. When I got home, the carriage was ruined and Kate was... This sentence, when I got home, the carriage was ruined and Kate was acting weird. She said it didn't matter what... Cut. When I got home, the carriage was ruined and Kate was acting weird. She said it didn't matter what happened, because she knows that we are going to think the worst of her, and she knows her son is never going to defend her. Well, I lost it and began crying. OP, I would never have that Cinderella carriage at any wedding that I'm a part of as a bride, but I get it. Yeah, that probably cost a lot of money, and if you made it yourself, it probably cost a lot of time, and I'm really sorry that happened to you, but oh my God, this scenario. God, I lost it and began crying. Well, Ryan demanded to know what happened. Kate's boyfriend insisted it was an accident. Kate said, she would pack her stuff and leave. What happened to the carriage? At this point, I totally thought she did it on purpose, and I lost it. Well, yeah, because no one's telling you what happened. I screamed at her, and to be honest, said some hurtful things about her divorce and losing her son. Oh God. Oh my God, this is just so toxic at this point. Kate packed her stuff and went. Ryan then, after this whole kerfuffle, Ryan then suggested we check out the security camera. Duh, you could have just done that before all of this drama. So we did. And she was spinning and she fell. She was spinning?
Spinning.
The mother, what do you mean, like twirling like little kids do? Like, yay. I wish I had more room here because I could actually demonstrate. But you know how little kids like twirl around with their arms out, just like, yeah. Was that what she was doing? She had been drinking a lot of wine. Ah, yes, the demon liquor. I've told you all. It can make you do things that are a little bit on the bizarre side. In the video, she immediately began crying and said we were never going to believe her. Who would believe this was an accident after our history? And she just ruined her relationship with her son. Her boyfriend literally said, who cares about their stupid wedding? You are bleeding. Okay, let me be a little bit harsh here. We've all gotten a little bit inebriated. We've all been 3 sheets to the wind. We've all been on the sauce, whatever. We've all done it. Many of us, not all of us, of course, but many of us, thoughtfuls, myself included, have not only been on the sauce, we've done some stupid things while we've been on the sauce. So it definitely does sound genuine. But I have some questions. I'm going to ask them. You guys are out running errands and she's cooking dinner, which implies it's the middle of the afternoon. What is this woman doing? Visiting a family member, her child, and his fiance. What is she doing drinking in the middle of the afternoon when her goal should be, I should be on my best behavior because they're cross with me. Regardless if it's her fault that they're cross or not, showing up at the house of a relative or loved one is angry with you because they believe you've behaved poorly, and then getting drunk in the middle of the afternoon around expensive decorations, after which you're twirling around drunkenly and happily, and you smash into one and destroy. I'm sorry, I'm kind of starting to think that she's not a bridezilla at all, and that this is what she's had to deal with from this woman. And if that's not the case, Kate, you made a terrible case for yourself. Terrible. When Ryan saw this, he called her and tried to apologize. For what? She got hammered and ruined your decoration. If I did that, and I could, look, let me tell you right now, I could do that sober. You guys know, I've told you, I am a clumsy bastard. I've actually had to cut parts out of this video because I dropped a glass and it shattered and I had to clean it up. You don't apologize. Well, maybe you do apologize, but her job is to say, I was drunk. I did not do this on purpose. I was drinking for probably emotional reasons. Maybe she was anxious, whatever. I am sorry. I'll replace it. I'll fix it. I'll make it work. You just, the responsibility isn't entirely on the drunk person that destroyed the decorations. He asked me to apologize as well, as it was truly an accident. No, that's not truly an accident. You know what an accident is? Let me literally take this on the road. An accident is when you skid on black ice despite having decent tires and you spin off into the other lane and you T-bone someone. That's a genuine accident. If you get in your car after having had way too much to drink and you drive along and you suddenly spin into the other lane and you T-bone someone, that's not an accident. That's not an accident. That's criminal negligence. This is not an accident. I said I wasn't ready to apologize, as she made it all about herself and didn't even try to tell me the truth. Okay, I mean, I'm going to be a little gentler with Kate on this one. I think that the very volatile history between these two, and compounded with the fact that she was drinking, probably made it very hard for her to talk about it, but we continue. She was willing to ruin her relationship with her son instead of trying to be honest, and she didn't correct her boyfriend when he said stupid wedding. If I saw somebody bleeding, I'd be like, stupid wedding too. Ryan thinks I need to apologize, and he said he is disappointed in me. A couple family members are agreeing and saying Kate is the victim here. No, I do think that you guys have a bad relationship. That sucks. Yeah, Kate chose to get drunk, and I can't say how much she chose to spin around the living room because, once you're drunk, I've said this before, your forebrain shuts down and then all your hindbrains start shutting down one by one. So depending on how much she had to drink, she may not have been in control of her faculties. I would actually argue that if her boyfriend was with her and was sober himself, he probably should have thought to himself, damn, something's going to get broken. I need to remove her from this situation. Didn't. Not the bride's fault at all. Maybe things that happened in the past, maybe stuff that she said that day, maybe those things were her fault. You should always watch your tongue. Don't say stuff that's going to make the situation worse, of course. But drunk lady came in and destroyed your decoration. I don't know why you should be apologizing. You tell me why if I'm wrong, but...
Moments later.
My future sister-in-law was pissed that I danced with my brother at my wedding. Wait, hold on. My future sister-in-law was pissed that I danced with my brother at my wedding. I recently found this sub on my account and I couldn't help but share my own story. My wife and I got married 5 years ago. I have 2 older brothers. We'll call them A and C. Growing up, I was very close to both, but I've basically gone no contact with C in reasons that you're about to understand. She says to C, but it's too confusing with the name being C. They were both at the wedding, A with his wife and C with his girlfriend, who's now his wife. At the wedding, we had a live band, and I danced with basically every guy in my family. Brothers, father, uncle, grandfather, etc. For a lot of them, we did partner dances. I come from a big dancing family. I do too. Big music family right here. Right here. Yeah, I just knocked over my mic. I could break a Cinderella carriage without alcohol. I did it again. I come from a big dancing family, and it's extremely common at nearly every family wedding. This includes both brothers' weddings, of course. I danced with C and didn't think anything of it. Why would I? I don't know, I'm assuming you're his sister. I woke up the next morning and I was in bliss until I looked at my phone and I saw a text from C's girlfriend. Basically, the text said she didn't like me dancing with C. It made her uncomfortable to see him dancing with another woman, sister. But wait, hold on, shut up. Basically, the text said she didn't like me dancing with C because it made her uncomfortable to see him dancing with another woman. So I don't know where these guys come from. Like, I don't know what is okay and not okay in their society. But dancing with your biological sister does not constitute dancing with another woman. I'm just saying. Dancing with your biological sister should not come anywhere near the phrase dancing with another woman. That is weird. That is really weird. Of course, the other woman being his little sister on his wedding day. What the I'm with you, OP. That is so creepy. I texted C basically saying, why is your girlfriend jealous of you dancing with me? And he basically said that her feelings are valid and I need to keep that in mind when the wedding came. And then they got engaged a couple of weeks later. If any of you watching this right now feel like her feelings were valid, I'd like to hear your argument for her feelings' validity down in the comment section below. Can't figure it out. It would be one thing if she was like,
you're always spending time with your family. You never spend time with me. Now here you are dancing with your family.
I could see somebody who always prioritizes their family over their partner. No, it's not this. She just doesn't like the fact that he's danced with another woman. Forget the fact that that other woman is his biological sister. This is gross. I need an adult. I don't understand. Stop it.
Very long digestive tract later.
So if you like that, click like. If you want to see more, click subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date on all the new content coming out in the future. I've got a whole backlog of this stuff coming toward you guys. So definitely turn notifications on so that you guys can be the first to see it and you can get all your good comments in before everybody else does. Tschüss.